Let's take a look at how to assemble the Pilot-Chute bag and bridle onto the Canopy. And I want to take a look at as many different varieties as I can right now. A few things that I'm going to just talk about in general are there can be a couple of different sizes of grommet on the bag you receive. This one has a number 4, this one has a number 5. 5 is slightly bigger than 4. The easiest assembly you're ever going to have is an original manufacture Sunpath bag. You'll notice the bridle is physically sewn into the bag, and then you'll have something like this, a kill line and a retaining line with a connector link on the end of it. And all you do to attach this is take the bridle attachment point on your canopy, slide the link over it, roll it up all the way hand tight, add a 1/4 turn. Done. The next most simple assembly is going to be a non-kill line bridle. On this you would pass the loop end, not the Pilot-Chute end, the loop end through the grommet on your bag from the outside to the inside and pull a little slack in it. You can now pass the bridle loop through the bridle attachment point on your canopy like so, and through this large loop you can now take the top of your Pilot-Chute, whether it's a hacky, a PVC handle or free fly handle, bring it through the loop, and then bring the bag through the loop. Shazam, it's done. And another word on this, a lot of people get frustrated by this type of bag if it doesn't have a bag stop, because on every opening the bag continues all the way up until it collides with the Pilot-Chute. A simple remedy for that can be to take a connector link and pass it through any of the loops on the bridle that are caused by the bar tacks that hold it together. Cinch that up. And there you go, you've got an easy bag stop. Done. In a similar vein, if we have one of the bridles that UPT are making now, where it has these two fangs or teeth or whatever you want to call them, these barbs that lock into place between the bag stop and the lower part of the bridle, do as follows. Take the loop end, not the Pilot-Chute end, pass it through the grommet on the outside of the bag. You might have to pull it in a few places where there are bar tacks, and then when you come up against this thick area here at the bottom of the fangs, I found the best thing is take a nice clean set of pliers that are not all gnarled up and barbed so they don't damage what you're working on, and kind of scrunch this fella up a little until you can pull it through the grommet. Now, in fairness, this has to be a snug fit, otherwise it won't do its job. So don't get frustrated at them. Once you've pulled the bridle through, the two little fangs will open on each other and they stop the bag from traveling down the lower bridle, so they effectively pull the bag out during your opening. Now if you've got an oversized grommet or you're a little bit wary about whether or not that'll hold, I've seen a few people who found it useful to take an old slink or an old connector link and pass it through the barbs just to beef them up. And then connect it in the normal manner, the slink that is on itself. And that just leaves you with an even fatter area that's not going to come out through the grommet. To be honest, I've never had a problem with one of these guys staying on. Now that we've got that done, we'd do the same as last time. We'd simply take the loop end, pass it through the ring on the canopy, and then take the Pilot-Chute and an upper bridle, pass it through the loop, cinch it through, take the bag through, And again, shazam, there she is, all done. Now the last category we'll take a look at, typically the bridle threads through the bag and then is held in place by a connector link. And there's quite a few different varieties of this. This one here has a piece of line as the retainer, and then the kill line is next to it with a link on the end. This fella here has a piece of tape as the retainer, and the kill line is on the end going to a link here. And then this fella here has a tape as the retainer, kill line going through it, and a loop on the end. Now we've already seen how to attach loop style and link style pilot chutes to containers, but what we haven't had a look at is how to assemble this portion depending on which version. And a word on this, when you get your replacement Sunpath pilot chute, you will have to unpick, see if I can find it, you will have to unpick the sewn-in portion that was on the original one. So you'd bust out these stitches so you can throw away your old pilot chute, and then you'd pull it through and thread it and assemble it in the manner I'm about to show you. So we'll just take this as a generic version of what we've been talking about, and as always I'll start by threading the bridle from the outside to the inside of the bag. Now this can be a bit fiddly, especially on this because it's got a number 4 grommet, so it's going to fight me a little bit, but boo-hoo, just take your time, you'll get it sorted out. So what I've done now is I've threaded the loops through the grommet, and I'm going to work a connector link onto this. It doesn't really matter what size link you use, but I will say this, anything you do to constrict this opening here will increase the friction, which will cause wear and tear, or accelerated wear and tear on the bridle. And just to kill a bit of time while I'm doing that, please bear in mind that all I did to grab this stuff was go to my junk box to get a variety, so I'm not for a second saying any of these are particularly awesome or should be left in use. They're just useful for my demonstration. So I've threaded the link now through both of the retaining loops for the link, and I'll just tighten it up. And you've got to work a little bit under pressure here, because ultimately this barrel is going to feed back underneath one of these loops. Make sure it's good and tight because it is difficult to inspect. It's not a bad idea to put a bit of thread lock on there. Super glue is another one I've seen people use. Prefer thread lock myself, the blue stuff, not the red. And we'll just ease that into position. I'm just wiggling this a bit now so that the link takes a more natural position. There we go. And we've now assembled the link version. Now all of your link versions are going to be variations on this theme. And then if I were to finish this assembly, I would just pass this loop through my bridle attachment point as normal, and then pilot chute, shazam. And I'm not going to take that off right now, but if it was the link version, same as before, you'd take the link and put it onto the ring. Obviously you wouldn't have 2 on yours because that'd be crazy, but it just allows me to expedite. Where am I? There I am. So I hope this was some use to you. I want to put an advert on the end of this one. I make pilot chutes and bridles. I think they're awesome. We do them with monkey fists, hackies, free fly handles, PVC, hexagonal, carbon fiber, all the usual colors, all the usual sizes. My prices are awesome. If you want a pilot chute or you want to know a little bit more about them, send me an email. Hope this video was useful. See ya.